Hello. Time for a video. Waiting for Godot, as usually. Oh, we went to nice natural places. I filmed it, and I noticed earlier today when I was on the internet, I noticed that Mark Zuckerberg has now taken over, he has hijacked the Care2 website, where I have a petition running right now, personhood rights for animals, and I need people to sign that petition. It's called Personhood Rights for Animals by Nicola Redwood, that's me. It's on Care2. And for me to sign into my account on Care2, it has, even though my computer has stored the password and my name on Care2, it did not let me sign in. It made my passcode that my computer saved, and that was automatically going into the fields, so, my name or my email address, and then the passcode was like super extra long. The way I did not make it was super extra long, so I wonder what kind of extra digits they have added to that, so that it would not sign in. It doesn't sign, and this has been going on for a long time. This has been going on for years, and I was wondering what this is all about. And I had my suspicions about Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg having his fingers in this, but I'm pretty sure now. So, because if you have trouble signing in with your regular Care2 account because the password has been corrupted, then it has the other option to sign in with Facebook. And Petrusilius Zwackelmann, the sorceress, got me back. He got me back in a circle. Oops, I can't. Must be some technological problem, some kind of glitch, and that's what people think. And oh, it's just me, I just can't figure it out. No, it's not you, it's not a glitch, it's deliberate. Mark Zuckerberg has fingers in it. It's amazing. It's really amazing. I mean, the greed. Can you just picture this? Picture like, as if this guy doesn't already have like a whole lot of money, right? Like, how much greedier does this man have to become to corrupt the petition website Care2 like this, so that he makes sure that people sign back into Facebook? They have been really tired of it and real sick of it, But hey, they want to sign back into their Care2 account? Nope, you have to sign back into Facebook. So, but and that's why he has your account on suspense after you have officially deleted it. And it says that they'll keep it in suspense for 2 weeks before it's completely deleted. And even after that, if you want to, you can still revive it afterwards. Because he wants to keep these things going. Yeah. He wants to keep this commerce going that's happening there. All these people, there's these friends, Then he has the commercials. Thank goodness I have ad blocker, but most people don't. and there was a guy walking by. He walked by here real close to my window. I wonder why. He saw me talking to someone. There's a cute guy over there. He's cute, but I'm not gonna film him. He's cute, sexy. I like big booties. Okay, so anyway, yes, I like men with long hair and some extra padding. But the guy walked very close by here. Very close, too close for my taste. That guy is not my type, so, but that's how it goes. I ate candy. I'm sorry. I should not have done that. Now I am high on TLC from chocolate. That's what I don't like. But it's not the same as in marijuana. I know that for sure. Because chocolate has an effect like cocaine on my brain, while marijuana has the opposite effect on my brain. So marijuana makes me paranoid and very self-conscious and very nervous. Socially nervous, very socially awkward and nervous. While chocolate is the opposite. No, it's like everything is easy suddenly. I don't have agoraphobia after eating 2 real big bars of chocolate. I can actually walk from the van all the way to the store without feeling agoraphobia. It was much worse in the past with the agoraphobia. I trained myself. I deliberately trained myself to to be mindful and to breathe while I'm walking past a bunch of people. And sometimes, you know how that is when people are standing in a group. They suddenly feel a courage they wouldn't have if they were standing there alone. And so the other person who is alone, not belonging to this group that has formed there, is gonna be more likely to feel agoraphobia walking past that group. This is very interesting, and we need to get to the nitty-gritty of this. I think that's very important, and if we get to the nitty-gritty of all of these problems, then we can solve it once and for all. We can solve all of these problems. And that's what I want, because I don't like to lie to myself. I don't like to make believe. So I like to face things, and it's just too bad that I have this chocolate addiction. That's really bad, because I was already off chocolate. The longest I was off chocolate, I think it was like 1.5 years. That was really mega amazing. And my husband Paul is the one who always baits me back into it, which is really ridiculous, because he has type 2 diabetes and he shouldn't be buying any of these kind of things, you know? But he's addicted to it. That's what the problem is, and so am I. We are addicted to junk, particularly sweets, and particularly pastries and muffins, and particularly chocolate muffins and chocolate candy bars and all of this. Lindt chocolate is the most dangerous for me, because that is the hardest to resist. Lindt chocolate, Hello Kitty, strawberry, oh gosh. I mean, that's like, if someone offers that to me, in the store, you know, I made it for like 3 or 4 months. Now again, not going, I think half a year actually, not going into that candy aisle. Yeah. So I even avoided the entire store for that. And I avoided the candy aisle in the other store. And then, I don't know, I got so miserably depressed again that I thought, okay, now the only thing that's gonna motivate me now is for me to even at all do some physical motion, motioning my muscles at all, is if I get a reward. So I have to basically trick myself from A to B to C to D. I mean, it's ridiculous how I have to invent my own incentives, and they're not always the healthiest, and I don't know what to do about it. It's really crazy. But anyway, Mark Zuckerberg, that's neurosis that takes things to a whole other level. He may not have such a chocolate addiction because he gets his incentives from other things. Making money. The making money is such a reward on the endocrinology, on the dopamine release and receptors. I mean, it is such a fun thing to do, to make money. More money and more money, just for the fun of the dopamine. Same with Warren Buffett and Bill Gates. It's like, yay, like with the slot machine. But they do it in a deliberate way. They do it in a gotcha, I gotcha way. They do it in the ha ha ha, I out-tricked all of these dumb M's. I'm not gonna say the word. So all the dumb M words, I out-tricked them all. Yeah, and then they gain more and more and more leverage as time goes by, more and more and more leverage. And then they can buy leverage. They can buy their way through because people are ridiculously corruptible. That's why. If most people weren't so ridiculously greedy and corruptible, and poor man's greed and all of this, those master brains, they could not get their way like this. They could not manipulate everything, every system and stuff like this. I hope that dog is good. I hope that dog is okay. What bothers me the most is waiting on this parking lot here in particular, is seeing a lot of homeless people and seeing a lot of homeless dogs, and I don't know whether the homeless people are always taking care of them well. And so I advise everyone, particularly during the summertime, pay attention to the dogs. And if you have water, I also recommend to you to have a bottle of water with you at all times. There's the dog, he seems to be okay. And yeah, he seems to be okay. So, and when you see a thirsty dog, give them water, please. This is very, very, very important. Very critically important. And if you have a dog like this one there with longer hair, like big curly hair and stuff like this, you should first of all, you shouldn't live in a really warm climate. You should move to Alaska or Montana or something. And if you do live in a warmer climate, you have to shave the dog. you can collect the hair and you can make wool out of that. It's true. I'm not kidding. This is a good thing to do. I know people have done that with dog hair and horse hair. They have collected that and they have a spinning wheel and they spun that into a yarn, and then they made sweaters. They knitted sweaters with that. It's very awesome. That is very resourceful and very nice. And there are dogs that have sheep hair, so it's very good to do. So yeah, but anyway, I wasn't able to. And then also, then when I tried to sign back in, I couldn't find, right, first of all, my password, the one that memorized it, but it memorized itself with an attachment with additional digits, which I had not put in, because that was a very, very long password that I had not put in like this. I don't use these like 30-digit passcodes. I don't, maybe the most 20 digit, but not 30 digit. So that already told me that something was really badly corrupted. So, but then I deleted it and I put a passcode in that I had written down in my notebook, in my bookkeeping note. That's where I have all of my passcodes. And that didn't work either. And I've been having problems with this for years. You know, when I hadn't been in the Care2 account, and I had to turn my computer off. With the Chromebook, it is easy. It restores itself. It edits out any kind of corruption. And when you log out or turn it off or turn it back on. But then I have to sign back into all these different things. But the computer is supposed to memorize the passcode in all of this, so you don't have to look for it and put it all back in. But it is okay with every other website except Care2. On Care2, it memorizes a passcode that is not the right passcode. And I think Mark Zuckerberg has done that so that people will sign through Facebook instead of Care2. And I think right there, that is so crooked. It's a criminal act, you know. I'm not kidding. It's criminal what he's doing. All these things, you know. But, you know, of course, these people like Zuckerberg and Gates, they have hundreds of lawyers working around the clock for them. Even though people who sue them really have a point in suing them, they can't get through because they already own the best lawyers. The smarter the lawyer, the better it is, of course, for them. It has to do with smartness. You know, if you are a smart, intelligent lawyer who knows the law and who knows every niche and cranny in this chaos of US law and loopholes, and possible loopholes and possibilities of rhetoric. It's all about language, you know. It's all about getting by with rhetoric. And it's what the Bush administration did. They lived on that. The Bush administration lived on how to legally get by with just the right rhetoric, the right loophole language, so that they can say, see, we wrote this correctly, but it was totally, utterly misleading. But we did this, we said this, but no one would, no regular person can see through it. But the judge goes, yeah, if you give me $2 million, then I will make you win. Judge gets $2 million, and the thing is done and over with. And Bill Gates won once again. And that's how it's happening with all of these people. People need to become aware of this. This country is not based on fairness. It's not based on you, the citizen of Earth. Not even you, the US citizen. Not even you, the habeas corpus that you are, the corporal living being that you are. No. The corpus that is the most protected and celebrated in this country is the corporation. That is the corpus, and not the corpus callosum. Okay, it is the corpus Tyrannosaurus dollar bill sign. Okay, that is what's protected in this country, and nothing else. It's the bank account that is protected. It is the credit card. It is the income. That is what's, but only of a few, and only those who pay their way through. So it's a huge money greed based hand washing system. Not deliberately orchestrated in that way necessarily, but on some level it is orchestrated in terms of mind manipulation. But it's all basically just a soup of greed. How can I pay my way through? Who can I bribe? Who is being bribed? That's how it works. And it's extremely frustrating for an honest person living in this country who particularly wants to make things better, wants to run a petition or something, and then we run into these kind of obstacles over and over and over again. I mean, I could really write a whole book on just my experience on the internet with corruption alone. Just corruption alone is a whole book. Takes up a whole book. It's very difficult. So what I had to do finally is I had to dig up an old Facebook account from Paul that I made for Paul, and I signed in with that. That was hard enough as it is even to find the right passcode and all of this, and then it said you can sign in with email address, but then it didn't sign in with the email address. It signed in with the username. Why did it say it signs in with the email address when it doesn't? It's all chaos. I guess they just want to make it really difficult so that you have to sign in with your Facebook account. So crazy. So yeah, anyway, I finally did it. So now it's signed in with Paul's old Facebook account. I'm not even gonna bother to post anything there because there aren't very many people there that are friends on that. I don't know if there are any friends on that account. And I am not going on it to check on it. I'm not going on it to check on it whether they are friends. So it's just not worth. It's not worth the headache. It is not worth it. And so it has my artwork. It has Paul's name. And if there are any scam artists, they're gonna be women, because the name is Paul, and they're gonna, hey, you like me? Here. And then luring him in, and then in the end, I got a loan. Yes, here, I can sell you a loan. All you have to do is give me your bank account information. So I'm not even gonna bother going and checking on that. I'm not gonna invite any friends onto that account, and I'm not gonna post anything. Facebook's non-existent now for me. It's just only a means now to get into my Care2 account, and that's it. That's all I'm gonna use it for nothing else. I'm not gonna post anything on it. I'm not gonna get that started again. So never gonna go on it. So too bad that I had to sign into this, but I'm not gonna go onto it. I have deleted I've deleted all Facebook links on my bookmarks and everywhere, and I'm not going on it. Has no sense whatsoever. So it's bullshit. So I'm posting on Google Plus, and I'm posting on Twitter, and I've been on Twitter more now because Twitter's becoming now my substitute. That's not the perfect website either. It's the perfect website does not exist. Elon Musk would have to make that with me together. The perfect communication website, because I have ideas. I'm a hobby psychologist, I'm a philosopher, I'm an artist, I have great ideas for that, and I can make people feel good with this, instead of making them feel depressed where they, on Facebook, where they become suicidal and all of this. So I would do the opposite. And if Elon Musk, the problem is that Elon Musk is already doing way too much stuff. Like, he doesn't even get enough sleep, and he invests all of his money into all of these projects because he's not doing this for himself. He's doing this to save the planet. He's doing this to make life better for all of us. So he would make a better website. He already talked about it. He already said that on Twitter, that he is working on creating a better website for us. He has signed out of Facebook a while back, and he told everyone to to delete their Facebook accounts because it's making people miserable. So I wrote to Elon Musk, which he never gets, of course, because he gets billions of tweets. But I did it anyway. It can't hurt to do it. Right? I said that I'm ready to create a new communication website, and the only one who can do it is Elon Musk. So he can do it. He could do it. He's a genius. He's mega genius. Mega. So mega. No one can keep up with this. No one. Nobody. Not even Albert Einstein. It's true. He's the reincarnation of Nikola Tesla. Nikola Tesla was like so way ahead of his time. During his time, I don't know, during like 100 years ago or something, that it was so ahead. He was so ahead of his. He was like from the future. People didn't even understand it. They were not mentally, intellectually not capable to dealing with that at all. The only one who dealt with this in a really bad way was that businessman that basically bought his patents and destroyed them, because I think that was Edison. Yeah. So because with what Nikola Tesla invented, that Edison couldn't be making money, he couldn't be exploiting people. So he destroyed those. He destroyed the entire formula for that, for gathering energy out of the air alone. Was in an amazing ribbon system. Really amazing. That it was an infinity ribbon. It's quite amazing. I mean, that is so incredibly amazing, that Nikola Tesla. So anyway, you know, the best, but we figured out that now that what's even better than creating energy out of the air, because the air has to have energy. It has to have these so-called negative ions that we charge ourselves up with, actually, that are in the air, that are invisible to us. So we need that. When we go to the beach, it's full of those negative ions, of this empowering energy that goes into us. When we go into a forest, that's where it is. So we don't want to take that out of the air and route it into our homes. So it's much better, actually. But it was still, you know, it was still free energy. It was still an amazing invention, and way ahead of anyone, way over people's heads and brains. So, but we understand today, and Elon Musk understands that today, that the best energy source is the sun. And that's because the sun, for us in this state, where we are right now, this time and age, the sun is seemingly endless. An endless energy perpetuation. It will eventually cool off too, but that won't happen until trillions of years from now. So this is our solar system. Okay. The sun is giving the solar system energy, this entire solar system. And so we can use the sun energy without depleting the sun. We can use the sun light that the sun is shining out. We can capture that and transform it into energy. Okay, it is being done at more and more efficiency, with more and more efficient batteries that are storing that energy that has been made into energy, with better and better generators, better and better solar receptors that turn it into energy and store it. This is a system that has become better and better and better and better, and the very intelligent people on this planet know that this is the way to go, whether they are green oriented or not. This is that is the future, whether people like it or not. It is the only future, the only solution, and it is marvelous. Okay? It is wonderful, and it's just logic. It's just logic to use the sunlight. So yeah, so Elon Musk is working on that with Solar City. Absolutely brilliant, a brilliant company, and he is creating better and better car batteries for not just regular car but flat batteries that go under the car bed, like that are spanning the entire length of the car, so that those batteries are for fully electric cars, and they are extremely high capacity, and they run for like a whole day driving, so without having to recharge them. It's quite phenomenal. So that's the way to go. This is where we're going to. and I feel really great about this. And the future robots are going to be living on sunlight. That is going to be their fuel. They're going to be like in the novel that I wrote. I wrote the AGI project. It's a novel on Blogger. It's free. I wrote that about 2 years ago, and it's a real fun novel. It has to do with animal rights. And maybe I'll put the link under this video. And I think it has about 100 pages. People told me they liked it. It was a fun read, they said. One guy said it's very suspenseful. He had to read this entire thing in one piece. And it's like very fast paced, actually. Like someone running the whole time. And well, the person who was running the most was the Arnold Schwarzenegger machine. Arnold Schwarzenegger robot. And in the end, he went into Death Valley and he stood there with his arms up like a Joshua tree. And people were wondering, why is he doing this? And then someone said, this is not Arnold Schwarzenegger, that's a robot. And he's recharging himself in the bright sunlight, in this full blasting sunlight and heat of 150 degrees Fahrenheit. And so that's how they're going to be recharged. This is true. This is what's going to happen in the future. I know this for a fact because it's just a logical extrapolation. They're going to be standing there in the sun for maybe 3 hours, maybe 5 hours, and they're going to be completely recharged, completely rejuvenated and refreshed, and they're going to turn themselves back on. They come back out of sleep mode and they go, I'm ready to go. Okay, you guys, take care. Bye bye.